Thanks everybody for joining. On the right side of your screen, you should see a chat option where you can ask questions as we go along. If you don't see that, you can click the icon on the top right side of your screen. That'll open up the chat and we'll be taking questions as we go. So I'll just start off by saying thanks to everybody for taking the time to be here in the middle of your busy day. I'm going to talk about what's new in Palmtech Complete and of course take your questions along the way. So I think we're ready to go. First off, we'll just start off with introductions. My name's Will Singer. I'm actually the creator of Palmtech and the general manager at Palmtech now. With us is Lisa Baker. Lisa's worked for Palmtech for 18 years. So she's been around a long time and she'll be familiar with your questions and be able to help out as we go along. Again, please feel free to ask questions. I know a few more people have joined since we started. So I'll just say again, on the right side of your screen, there is a chat window. If you don't see that, you can click the icon on the top right and let's go ahead and get in. So today we're going to be talking about just overview of Palmtech Complete. Palmtech Complete is the newest version of Palmtech. I created Palmtech in 1998 with the idea of just keeping things simple so that when doing an inspection, you can stop and talk about what your findings are. You can talk to an agent, answer their questions, or talk to a client and explain things. Your software that you use should be simple. It shouldn't get in the way of those conversations. And we worked really hard to continue that same thing with Palmtech Complete while adding a lot of new things. Biggest news with Palmtech Complete is we're not just a report writer. We also offer a lot of business management tools. And then we'll talk about some of the updates, the ability to offer now warranties, some new templates and image editing enhancements. And then we'll look at AI. So when we talk about the report writer, we're talking about what you use in the field or when you're back at the office to complete your inspections report. And we'll talk about photo editing, interactive report, automated report delivery, customizable templates, and then live data sync. And we'll talk about what these things mean to you. Start off with photo and video editing. The idea of being able to easily add photos and videos is important, and it's great. I mean, one of the things that we heard a lot before was, I don't like the fact that I want to take a picture. I say, take a picture, prove it, take another picture. Yes, I want to take another one. There was a lot of clicks. So now you can just snap, 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 add 5 pictures in, and then get rid of any that you don't want. You can take multiple pictures really quickly with Palmtech Complete. And we recently made some improvements to the way that you add an arrow to your report. So now you can just tap on that picture and just draw the arrow and it'll appear in there. While we still added, one of the things that we did was we always listen to what you say. With Palmtech Complete, what we did is we listened to all the feedback that we'd heard for previous years, and we added in the things that you asked for the most. One of the things you said, we want to be able to lighten picture, darken pictures up, to be able to do more than just draw an arrow. And we've added those in while making the regular markups, your arrows, a circle, being able to put some text on a picture while keeping that simple and easy. One of the questions come up here is, can you draw freehand? And yes, if you just tap on the pen icon there, you can just freehand draw in there. That's another new thing with Palmtech Complete. The interactive report is a new thing with Palmtech Complete. The idea with the interactive report is it's just a different presentation. Instead of just sending a PDF, we're now allowing your clients to interact with the report. And Lisa, I know you wanted to talk about this one, so I'll hand it over to you for a moment.
Thanks, Will. Yeah, we're really excited about the interactive report. It comes with so many new features in it. And we have heard so much good feedback on our customer success side of the of the company about it. Like so many clients are so excited about this new look in the report. It's easier for your clients and their agents. It's interactive, and the fact that you can click on pictures, enlarge them. You can play videos in the report. So many cool new things. And one of the biggest things that we hear that people are excited about is that request list. So if you haven't checked out the request list, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you take a look at it. We have an article that we can even send you that kind of goes through what the request list is and how it would benefit you. And it's found in that interactive report. So you just send that link over to your clients, and it's automated, so you don't have to even think about it. It sends it over. They open up their report, and in the upper right hand corner you see that button that says build request list. They can click on it from there, and it allows them to then easily create a call to action. Like if they want a credit for something, if they want to have repairs done, they can just really put that in there and then just send out the it'll just ask for an email. They just send it out to the seller. So it's super, super easy. And a lot of people have been so excited about that because it's something that their agents have been asking them for, and now they can do it.
Yep. Thanks, Lisa. That's great. I mean, a couple also things just to take note of is now the clients can just jump right to the summary by clicking on that summary button in the top. You see it to the right of the logo. You can just click that and they see all the summary items. And like Lisa said, you can just tap on a picture and it expands it. The ability to share reports is now a lot easier for your clients too. If they want to share it with a brother, cousin, father, a contractor, they can just click on share report and it sends a link over. So just lots and lots of new things with the interactive report. And as Lisa said, agents love it because they can just use it to build their inspection response and send it to the other agent. And it has all the pictures, all the data right with it, which they choose what they want to add and don't want to add into that. The next thing we talk about is automated report delivery. Instead of going and finding PDFs and attaching them to an email and sending them, now all you have to do is tap on the Mark Complete button, or you do the same thing on the web version of the report writer. You just tap on Mark Complete and everything just happens for you. It sends it. You can even CC the real estate agents if you want. That's your choice. It even reminds you if the inspection hasn't been paid for yet. And customizable templates, like always, you can customize your templates. You can put things in the order that's important to you so that you can do inspections the way that you want. You can take what we have, rearrange it, add things, delete things, put your own comments in there, or you can create your own from scratch. And it's much easier to do. And if you notice on the right side of the screen, you'll see where the ratings are. You can customize your ratings and have customized ratings for the individual templates and put those in. Somebody's asking, it's like, can I import my templates from a previous version? And the answer is yes. We can even help you do that. Can you import from Spectori? Yes, we can do that as well. Can I change ratings? Wow, there's a lot of questions. Yes, you can change the ratings. You can set those to be what you want. You can choose which ones go to the summary. Lots and lots of options in the template arena, and it's so much easier to do than it used to be. The live data sync. If you've used a previous version of Palmtech, you'll appreciate this because you no longer have to copy files. When your inspection is done, it's done. It's automatically synced to the portal. It's really great because this is one of our common requests is, can we have multiple inspectors on the same job site? And yes, multiple inspectors can work on the same job. In fact, as they work, they can see other inspectors work, so they can see things populating on their screen as you work. If you're somebody who works back at the office and you want to look over your inspectors or check on how an inspection's going, or somebody calls you and says, hey, I've got a question. Can you look at this picture I just took? You can just open that right up in the web version of the report writer, And you can see the picture that they just took and look at the comment that they used and correct it, or type the comment for them. And one of the greatest things is you don't have to copy any files, templates, libraries, or anything. Everything just happens automatically for you. How are the devices connected? The live sync does require an internet connection to work, and the data is synced over the internet. And yeah, the question is, what do you do if there's no internet connection? You can work as you always have. It does not require the internet for it to work. So as you work, if you're connected to the internet, it automatically syncs. If not, the next time you connect to the internet, it'll just sync everything up. Okay, business management side of things. The business management tools in Palmtech are great. For years, we tracked your requests, asked what you want and what you would want Palmtech to do for you. And when we created Complete, our top 2 requests were to be able to help you collect payments, be able to help you send out inspection agreements and get them signed ahead of time. These were the top 2, head and shoulders above the rest, requests that we had over and over, because there's such a hassle for you to have to manage while managing your inspection business. So we've automated a lot of those daily tasks that you do so that you don't have to. Well, again, our goal is just to keep things as simple as we can, and for you not to have to think about the things that you don't want to. Palmtech is and always has been about keeping things simple so that you don't have to spend brain space and energy on things that you don't want to. So let's talk about scheduling inspections. Booking inspections is fast and easy. When you do book an inspection, you're doing more than just filling a spot in your calendar. The system starts working the moment you click schedule inspection. Years ago, we had our front office tool that many of you used, and you paid an admin to sit and fill these things out and do this work for you. But now you have the Palmtech system as your admin doing so many of these things on your behalf. Or if you're taking care of this stuff yourself, your job just got a whole lot easier because we're going to help with a lot of those things. When you book an inspection, the first thing it does is it sends a confirmation email to your client saying, here's the date and time and the property address, just to make sure everything's right. It then sends a request for payment so that your client can just click a link and pay you. Then it requests that the client sign the inspection agreement. And if 12 hours before your inspection everything isn't done, it sends them another reminder to say, hey, you still need to make your payment, or you need to sign your agreement. These are all the things that you've said you wanted to have and wanted to make the system do for you, so you didn't have to spend time thinking about it. Managing your calendar is easier. You get to keep tabs on your inspection. If you look here, you can see it's got a map view where you can get directions to your inspections. If you have 2 inspections in a day, it'll show you a route between them. Appointments are automatically routed in the app, and it just makes everything a lot easier. And if you schedule an inspection in the field, it's automatically synced back to your portal, so you don't have to remember to copy that. You don't need multiple calendars or multiple things to keep track of things. It does take care of all that for you. Does it support multiple inspectors? The answer is yes. If you have multiple inspectors, you can have different inspectors with different routes. If your inspector looks at their app, they'll only see their schedule or the same on the portal. Will my inspectors see everyone's schedule or just their own? If you have inspectors in the system, they're inspectors and they're admins. So if you're an inspector, you'll just see your schedule and just see your appointments on the schedule and on the route. Inspection agreements is another really big addition to Palmtech Complete. Our system comes with a preloaded agreement that you can use, or you can use your own agreement. It's really just as simple as copying and pasting the agreement into a system. When you sign up for Palmtech Complete, for one of the first things that'll happen is they'll schedule an onboarding for you. And we have people whose job it is. We have two people whose full-time job it is just to help you get started with Palmtech Complete, help you get your agreements in the system, help you set up your services and do all of those things that you want to do and need to do that help make all this automation happen. In about an hour, you can have your agreements in place, your services set up. You can have your payments set up, usually approved the next day. And it just all works from you from there. Sending agreements, is good for several reasons. First one is just when you send your agreement ahead of time, or you get paid ahead of time. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to stop talking ahead and get back to the slides here. Sending agreements before the inspection will qualify you with a discount with some insurers. And just the idea of you don't have to chase down signatures and you don't have to get to the job site and say, okay, I need you to sign this here now. If you do get to a job site and they haven't signed, you can send them a link right from the app and have them sign it. Enabling payments. This is a pretty simple process. And, enabling payments does a lot for you. One of the biggest ones is getting paid before your inspection means fewer cancellations. When somebody's paid for their inspection, they're a lot less likely to shop around or hear that, oh, so-and-so can do this inspection for you. It really reduces that problem. It eliminates the hassle of knowing if you've got paid. If you look on the right side of the screen here, you can see in the app or in the portal, it tells you whether or not you've been paid. So when you get to that inspection, or you can check the night before or the morning of and say, hey, have I gotten payments? And if you haven't, you can really easily send them another request for payment. Of course, you spend less time chasing down payments. One of the things that we talk with inspectors about, and it's like, yeah, I need to chase down the people who owe me money. You don't want to be a collector. And by getting paid ahead of time and sending that request out for payment before the inspection, you will have less accounts receivable, less AR. You will have less people that you need to chase down because it's really easy for them to pay you. The setup is really quick and easy. We are guaranteeing you that we can offer you the lowest credit card processing rates. If we can't meet or beat your rates, we'll pay you $500. It's really easy. Doesn't cost you anything monthly. A lot of times you'll be approved on the same day, and it's about a 20-minute application. And when you work with your onboarder, they'll help you fill that application out and get you set up so that when you start booking inspections, it just takes care of it for you. You get paid the next day when you work with the payments through Palmtech. Can I tell if an inspection has been paid in the app? Yes. In the app, you'll be able to see whether or not it's been paid. And if you haven't been paid when you get to the inspection, there's a button there you can just set that just says, send another payment request. So you can send them a request on site. They can take it on their phone or whatever they're using and then just literally send you payment right there. So this is 2 slides in a row on this point. One of the things that's a lot of you guys spend a lot of time on is chasing down payments. So just take a moment if you can and imagine that part of your life was handled 80 to 90% of the time with no extra work by you. And it just is so simple and easy when you enable payments with Palmtech. Okay. Can I get paid in other ways? So if somebody wants to pay you via Venmo or pay you cash or write you a check, yes, you can do that, and you can record that payment as well, so it records it in the system. Email templates. This is another great thing is you can create customized email messages that go out to your clients when different events happen. So you can customize the appointment confirmation that goes out. So you can say the different things that you want to say. You can customize the email that goes out to request them to sign the inspection agreements, payment requests, confirmations, and reminders. And over here on the right, you can see where these are the different events, and you can choose who gets what. So for instance, when you send out the inspection at the end, when you say this inspection's complete, you tap that mark complete button, you can decide who gets that. You can say, I want the client to get it. I want their agent to get it. I want to send myself a copy of that. You get to choose who gets what, and you get to choose all of the messaging. And it's very easy to do. All right. The automated notifications. This is again where we just save time, where you don't have to remember to send specific emails out. We automate these communications with your clients so you don't have to take time to remember, just to send out all the different things. I'd be willing to bet for people who are doing this manually, you're spending time every evening or every afternoon when you get back, and you spend a bunch of time sending emails to different people, reminding them of the upcoming inspection. It's like reminding them they haven't paid you yet, reminding them to send the inspection agreement. And you're doing a spreadsheet, or you're doing something to go through and make sure that all these things are there and all this stuff is in place. And it is tedious and it's hard. And the great thing about Palmtech Complete is it just takes care of that stuff for you. In fact, you can even see on the right-hand side, it's like there's a log of all the emails that go out, so you can look and see, yeah, we did send you this email. So if somebody says, hey, I didn't get that, you can look and see, okay, well, let's make sure we got your email address right. And it shows it right there on the log. Here's the email we sent it to. Just this idea of keeping everything simple and straightforward is, again, the guiding light of what we do, so that you can focus on doing your inspections. You can spend less time chasing down little things like communicating with clients and the little things like that to just make your life harder or make things more tedious and more challenging. Business reporting. Yeah, this just helps you keep tabs on how your business is performing with quick and easy access. You get to see things like how many inspections you're doing per month, how much revenue you're doing per month, which agents are giving you the most business. Just gives you some key metrics in terms of understanding how your business is really doing. An agent database is great. This is, as you work to build your business, knowing which agents send you the most business is very important. And knowing when agent X stops sending you business, you can go look at that, is really important. And of course, you don't have to re-enter their stuff. Once you put them in your system, the next time you can just type in Agent Mike and it'll just fill in the information for you. You can get a list of all your agents. So if you want to do marketing or other things, you can get that list of agents and know who you want to go after. So I'll pause there for a moment. I have not been able to keep up with all the questions. Lisa, is there anything jumping out at you that you think we would want to talk about or address right now on the Palmtech Complete and using the report writer and the business management tools? I know I'm doing this earlier than you thought. Well, I just figured we'd just hit anything while it's fresh.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about this. Not all inspection fees are exactly the same. Can we add a fee calculator that determines a fee, inspection, square foot, mileage, and age of home? That's a pretty common question I think we hear in different shapes and forms.
Yeah, you can set up your services so that you have different size homes. So if you have so a lot of people will say, I want one price point for 1,000 to 1,500 square feet. I want another price point for 1,500 to 2,000 and 20,000 to 2,500. You can set it up so there are different costs for those different price points. You can add an extra fee, for instance, for like historical homes or new construction. You can set it up so that you can add those things in, and it just calculates the price for you. And when you get on site, if you, or after you're done booking the appointment, if you decide, hey, I want to give this person a discount, I give discounts to veterans, you can add discounts in. You can add additional fees in. So you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to pricing your inspections. If there's nothing else, we can move on. I just figured while it was fresh, we'd stop and pause and answer any other questions on using the report writer. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go on and just talk a little bit about what we're doing now to make Palmtech better. One of the things I'm really excited about is the ability for you to offer a 90-day warranty on your inspection. And we've got this automated in the system. We work with the Inspector Services Group. And what they do is they offer you a guarantee on your inspection. So that if it's in your inspection and it's noted as a defect, it's not something that they're going to cover. But if it's something that you missed when you were inspecting, they will cover that. If it's something that breaks after the inspection, you don't have to chase down those problems anymore. This reduces your liability, and it helps your client a lot just in terms of taking care of an issue that's not covered in the home inspection report. Warranties also give you a marketing advantage. If you offer a warranty and your competitors don't, being able to say to your client or to your agents, it's like, hey, I now offer a 90-day warranty on the inspection, gives you a competitive advantage. It also helps you book more inspections when you talk to price shoppers. If there's an issue, if there's a claim or a problem, there's no cost, there's no deductible for your clients. And right now, if you set this up with Palmtech, you get 50% off the first 6 months, which means it's only $5 an inspection. I mean, you think about the peace of mind that you get with the warranty on your inspection for $10 per inspection. It's really, really good. It's a great way to stand out in a very competitive industry. And I'm just really excited to be able to offer it because I know how many of you worry about missing something, how many of you, sweat those emails you get or those calls you get, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's another person who's just got an issue. You work really hard to do a great job for people, and things happen. Life happens, events happen, and sometimes things break after your inspection. You've done everything you can, but now your clients have peace of mind. And when you use the warranty, you have peace of mind because if there's a problem, you send them over to the warranty. If you want more information, we'll be happy to talk with you about it. This covers appliances and home systems for 90 days. I'm just reading the text to make sure I tell you exactly how it is. For 90 days after your inspection or 22 days after the closing, whichever comes first. But it's that idea of you are covered and your client has some peace of mind in the early days after their new home. Is the 90-day warranty in Canada? I don't know the answer to that question. Lisa, do you know that?
It's a good question.
Well, you know what? We're going to get back to you on that and let you know. We're going to go ahead on. Can this replace our E&O insurance? I'm going to say no. Your E&O insurance is, covers different things, but this does give you a lot of peace of mind. aside from your E&O insurance. And I would guess, I don't know this for a fact, Mark, but I would guess that if you have a warranty on your inspection, it's going to help with your E&O insurance. Yes, we do have marketing flyers that you could use, and we're happy to send you that information, and we'll send you a link that has more details on that. I'm going to jump ahead and move on. There's a couple of new templates in Palmtech Complete. And if you're in Florida or Texas, these are just going to be things you really appreciate. But we have the Florida wind mitigation template that creates the exact form that the Florida Department of Insurance wants. And it's easier to use, much easier than our past Florida wind mitigation form. We have the Citizens 4-point inspection form. And again, it gives exactly the form that the insurance company wants. If you're in Florida, these are just requirements. If you're in Texas, a lot of people want this 4-point inspection form in place with their storms. These are just a couple of the forms that we've created now that allow us to give you the exact replicate of the required form. If there are other forms that you think you'd like to see, please let us know. One of the things that we've done that I haven't talked about yet, we've introduced a thing called Canny, and that's CANNY. We have found that to be hugely valuable, and you can vote on features that are coming. You can see what other people are saying, and you can add comments and say, hey, I'd really like to see this. I don't know if we're able to post a link into chat. This is a different webinar platform, but if we can, Lisa, if you would put a link to that in chat, we would love, because we love hearing from you. I meet with inspectors all the time, and we listen, we hear, it's like we hear your feedback. I am very interested in your feedback. Lisa and I meet regularly with customers as well. We want to know what you like and don't like, which things you want to see, instead of us just, recording things in our system and tallying up votes. Now you can see what people are doing, what people are saying. You can say, hey, I'd like to see that too. That's just a really great thing. Dom, we are looking at the NPMA 33, but that is still in the works. All right, let's move on. Image editing enhancements. If you used Palmtech Complete early on, we chose a tool that had everything everybody said they wanted in it, and it just gave you a ton of flexibility. The challenge is it took extra clicks for you to do things, simple things like draw an arrow or add a circle or put some text in. So we've redone the tool. And if you haven't seen this screen, you can look at the one that's shown there now. Now you can just really quickly, all you have to do is tap on a picture, and you can just immediately draw an arrow, and it shows up on the screen right away. You can, of course, change the colors of arrows. You can choose rectangles, circles, do freehand, put text in there. You can still lighten and darken pictures, do brightness, contrast, all the things that you said you wanted to be able to do, like cropping pictures and things like that. We just moved things around so that now it's much faster and easier for you to do those most commonly requested markups. Looks like Jeff, and we didn't introduce Jeff, but he's here in the background just helping us coordinate everything. Thanks, Jeff, for being here. And he did say that the 90-day warranty is available in Canada.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, so let's move on. One of the things I'm super excited about is that we have AI coming to Palmtech. The goal with AI, AI is, of course, a challenging subject. Some people are like, oh my gosh, AI is going to take over the world. And other people are like, man, how can I get it to help me? And what we're doing is we're looking at ways that you can do it way you can use AI to help you just complete reports faster. It's all about helping you do a better inspection. It's about improved customer satisfaction, producing detailed and professional reports that help you enhance the experience. If you look on the right side, you can see one of the things that we have planned is a comment helper. So that if you get out in the field and it's like, hey, or you get your back at your office, wherever you are, it's like, I want to write a comment about loose gutters. You can say, I want to comment about that. You can choose for a longer or shorter comment. You can say, include a recommendation. You're not forced to use AI if you don't want to. It's just a tool that will be available. You'll be able to just click and say, hey, I just want to use this comment helper to help me write comments. When you're working on your templates, it's like, I want to be able to help. I just want to be able to write some more comments in my templates, and you can use AI to do that. The whole idea is just, again, helping you do your job better and faster. And we're excited to see how this is going to get integrated into your Palmtech experience. Okay, so let's talk about questions and answers.
There was one I saw here, Will, that I thought would be a good one to go over.
Sure.
Let me grab it. I think we can talk on. Let me scroll back through. There's a lot of questions.
Yep. Again, thanks everybody for being here. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk and listen here. I'm giving Lisa a moment to kind of collect her thoughts and pick a couple. I can just take one, Lisa, and just run with it for the moment, and then if you want to queue up a couple more. But one of the people are asking is like, I'm on version 9 right now, and can I have both versions on my iPhone? The answer is yes. You can install Palmtech Complete on your iPhone and have version 9, and they'll just work independent of each other. How hard is it to learn Palmtech Complete from version 9? In the past, a lot of our versions, we just kind of built on each other. With Palmtech Complete, we did start over, and we started over with several important things that we wanted to make sure we accomplished. Number one was we wanted to help you with payments. We wanted to help you with agreements and help some of that office stuff. That was really important to us. We understood the importance and the growing importance of pictures and video in your reports. We added the ability to edit video as well as just add video in your report. When it comes to changing from version 9 to Palmtech Complete, you can import your templates, and we will help you with that. It'll bring over all of your comments, all of your inspection points in the order that you're used to doing them and everything. One of the biggest differences is, though, the idea of, and this was one of the other guiding principles, is we heard over and over that clients and agents both want shorter and simpler inspection reports. So we talked a little bit earlier about the interactive report. The ability, one of the big things that the interactive report does is it makes it easier for people to absorb the information and be able to see the summary, to be able to dig into what the findings are. Now, when we did that, one of the things that we did too is we changed the way that you record your data. So in the past, it was really common when you had 5 bedrooms to inspect 5 different rooms in a house, and you would go fill out walls, floors, doors, ceilings, HVAC source for each individual room, and you'd have a lot of repetitive entry. And one of the things that we heard a lot was that is not as useful to my clients. They want to know, of course, it's hard to get clients and agents to read reports. They always just want to jump to the summary and see things. So what we did is, instead of inspecting room by room, when you have a comment, for instance, if you have a hallway bathroom that has a dripping faucet, you just select the comment in bathroom for dripping faucet, and you say, this is in the hallway bath. And then later on as your inspection, you see, and you're in the bedroom, and you say, oh, the master bath has a leaking trap. You can say leaking trap and say, this is in the master bath. Now, one of the really cool things about that is you can have that leaking trap in the master bath called out by default as a defective rating, so that you don't have to go select the rating. When you select the comment, the rating's there. And a dripping faucet, you could have that automatically called out as a maintenance item. So you don't have to mark ratings on every single line now. You just have ratings when you have findings. And I know that's a struggle. And if you're somebody who says, I really just want to do it the old way, you can inspect room by room. It's really easy in Palmtech to just say, duplicate the bathroom, and I'm going to go do a second bathroom and a third bathroom. And maybe you want to do bathrooms, but do all the interior the same. But the idea of shorter, simpler reports, and of course, by doing it that way, it's faster. You save time for that information that so many people say it just makes the report crowded. It makes it more information for me to sift through and find what I want. Hopefully that answered your question in a number of ways, and also introduced some new information. What do you have for me, Lisa?
We did have a couple questions that were around the ratings, and I think if we can talk on just how the ratings are set up with how we don't mark everything in the report, and just how it's designed, I think would help answer those questions.
Okay. I am unfortunately unable to share my screen. New tools, just like you guys, have new tools, we do too, and we have a new webinar tool. And I just realized, I can't jump to my tab that shows Palmtech Complete. Yes. The way it works is when you select a comment in your template, you can say, like we talked a moment ago about that leaking trap. In your template, you just set that comment to be automatically as a defect rating, so that when you select the comment in your report, it's automatically a defect and it goes to the defective summary. Of course, you can use whatever words you want, just like you've always been able to. You're not locked into ours, and if you prefer requires attention or some other word, you can use that. But the idea is you change the comment so that it's automatically a defect when you add it to the report. Or that dripping faucet, that's automatically a maintenance item in your report. And it's all configurable and set up. You can set it up the way that you want. Okay. Lisa, you got another one for me? I'm trying to scan, and
yeah, I am too.
Do you have a button to translate my reports into Spanish before I hit send? We are actually looking at ways to use translation, so you could send a translated report. That's something that's being looked at, and actually some work has gone on, and we've talked with our legal department about. It's just something that's very early, but that is something we're looking at, is being able to offer reports in multiple languages.
How do I record customer payments when they pay in cash?
Sure. On your app, you can just go to the payment screen, or go to the screen with all the inspection details, and you just scroll up or scroll down, and there's a place where you can record the payment and say, how did they pay? They paid cash, and you record the amount they paid.
This one, I think, it says, can you have different ratings? For instance, residential and commercial.
Yep. Because you set up the ratings in the template itself, you can have different ratings for a residential inspection, a commercial inspection, a mold inspection, and air quality. You can have different ratings for any of your templates or anything. You just set that up in the template, and you can put them in the way that you want.
We have a question from Jesse. I'm not sure that I follow exactly what the question is here, but is there the ability to auto tag pictures to the section that they are being loaded to. I'm not sure if
So
you follow
Jesse,
that.
yeah, I think I'm guessing your question is about when I take pictures, how does it add it into the report and where does it get added? And what the idea is, you know, this brings up another point, which is another one of our requests that we had frequently was, I want to be able to have comments that have different ratings, and I want to have pictures that are associated with the comment. Because if I have a roof over the garage that has a problem, but I have a roof over the main home and it's fine, I want to be able to show pictures with the comment on the garage and not have pictures with the roof over the main house. So you can have comments that are associated with the different ones, and your pictures and your media and your ratings only apply to that comment. So you can have one line with two different comments with different media and different ratings. So I hope that answers your question. But when you take the picture, it's automatically put into whatever section of the report you're in. So you don't have to, you know, go back afterward and, you know, associate it with a specific place. It just is put in there by default when you take the pictures.
Yeah, and on some of these, we're getting some feature requests here about adding multiple pictures from the gallery on the mobile devices. So I know Will mentioned Canny earlier. So I just want to, I keep adding that into chat for these comments. I just want to explain to you guys too, like when you go to Canny and you upvote one of these features that you want to see, anytime that status changes, you're going to get a notification. So you'll be in the loop, you know, as soon as, you know, we know, you know, kind of thing, you're going to get it as soon as it is changed from, you know, planned to in progress or completed. So you guys will get those notifications right away.
Yep. It's a great point. You know, we as we plan things, we just look at, you know, one of the things we're doing more and more, we're just looking at Canny and saying, okay, what are the things that people are asking for? What are the things that people are voting on? And saying, this is what we're working on. We split our time between the things that we know we're still building and working on, and the things that you guys say you want and need or you want to have changed. The photo markups is a great example of that. You just really quickly heard from a lot of people and really quickly voted a lot in Canny saying, hey, we want to make this faster and easier. So we did it. And the great thing is like Lisa said, as things change, as this goes from, okay, we're considering it to, yes, this is now on the roadmap to, yeah, this is what we're planning and now it's done. You get notified each step of the way. Eric's mentioning that, you know, if you're in, you know, he's saying that you're seeing a lag time between when you check a box or when you add things in. Sometimes it's slow, and it can be slow. It all just depends on your internet speed, connection speed. One of the things that I know some people who do inspections where the internet's not great is they'll just go offline and everything's just instantaneous as you work, and then you can just resync it when you're done. Will the recording be available? Yes, recording will be available. All righty, I'm scanning through. Lisa, do you have any other questions that we want to go through here? Eric, and one of the things you asked, can somebody email me regular updates? One of the things, and I'll just mention Jeff again here. One of the things that Jeff's been working on, he's actually working. He creates we now have a monthly newsletter that we're sending out, and that's just going to cover a lot of what's happening, a lot of updates. We're just working to be able to communicate more and do more things and give you guys a chance to email back and say, hey, great, I like this, or when you do this, could you think about this? It's just again, we're just trying to change the game so that you have more of a voice and we know more about what you're doing and what your wants are as we continue to build the future of Palmtech. Rob asked if you had a new report in a comment, if you had a new comment and report, how can you save this to your template so you can have it in the future? Rob, I can appreciate the challenge that you have right now because you have to go back to the template to add that, but we do have it on our roadmap, and it is planned at this point to add that ability to say, hey, put this in my template so it'll be there in the future. It's not something that's there now. If this is important to you guys, go to Canny, vote on it, and that will help us choose to escalate that sooner and faster. Okay. Jesse, you mentioned that 4 points are becoming more popular in California. Please feel free to take a look at ours. And, if you have feedback on how that could be improved for your case, let us know. Do we have any other questions? I'm surprised we have so few questions with so many people here.
What if the comment is not present and you don't mark anything on the Texas template? You're required to show that it is not present, but there's no box on the detail page.
I think that I will refer that one to our tech support team or our customer support team. I'm not familiar enough with the Texas form and how it works in our software to answer that question for you, but I know we have lots of people in Texas using it. So I'm sure it's possible to do. I'm just not familiar with exactly how to do it. I will say a couple more things quickly here. Please, don't be afraid to contact our support. We're now also available during business hours via chat. So you can go to, our website and just go to support, and you can chat with our support people there. You can send us an email. You can call us. We have more people than ever available to help you with questions. If there's something that's like, hey, I would like to do this better, but I can't figure it out. We have, again, 2 people whose job it is full-time just to help train people, help them get the systems set up and working, so that if you have questions or you want assistance in setting things up, we are available. We have people to work with you one-on-one to help with that. Eric says faster report writing improvements. We are working as fast as we can, Eric, and we appreciate that. And we feel a lot of that same urgency that you guys do. We just can't get things done fast enough, but we are always listening and always working to make it as good as we can, as fast as we can. Malcolm just mentioned he'd love to talk with someone one-on-one. And yes, Malcolm, if you contact any of our people, you can schedule a one-on-one with Lisa and or me, or both of us sometimes, and we're happy to talk with you and listen and say, we just want to learn more, because that's how we get better at what we do, is by listening to inspectors like you guys or you all that help us get better. Jesse, thanks for your feedback. We love hearing that. Jesse's just saying good back from his realtors. They're saying that the reports are easy to read for them and for their clients. So, yep, we appreciate that. And we love hearing that feedback. We like to hear positive things too. So if there are things you like about the system, we'd love to hear that as well. We know it's a lot easier to say, here's the things that we want to see improved, and here's the things we'd like to see better, but love to hear the positive stuff too. All right. Any other questions? Anything else that we want to talk about? If not, we'll probably hang out for another couple minutes in case other people have questions, but we'll officially end this part of the webinar. Thank you again, everybody, for being here and talking with us. We really appreciate your feedback. This is how we get better at what we do, and we really appreciate your time today. Thank you, everybody, and hope you have a great rest of your day.